Hey guys, it's Alan from GPURisers.com. Today we're going to look at arguably one of the best mining cards ever made, the AMD Radeon VII. So the AMD Radeon VII was the world's first 7 nanometer graphics card. It had 16 gigabytes of VRAM. So in 2019, this thing was a beast in mining. For gaming, it was supposed to be compared to the 2080 NVIDIA card, but it was lacking. It was power hungry, and it wasn't quite on the same level for 1080p and 1440p. I believe 4K it was pretty close, but of course for $700, normal casual consumers were like, I would rather go with the NVIDIA brand. Or 5 months later, the 5700 XT and the 5600 XT came out, and those were way more cost efficient, and we're on par with the 2000 series for NVIDIA. And the card uses two 8-pin connectors, and you can see how thin this thing is. It's very dense. Like it's a card that feels like it's well made. It's a high quality card. I have a 3080 here, and you can see for the Win 3. This EVGA 3080 is a more modern card and probably is, more modern cooling, but still you can just see the difference between the thickness of the Radeon VII versus the 3080. Me and Michael have been mining for a long time, since 2017. Throughout the years, we've had a lot of different, we've had AMD cards, we've had NVIDIA cards. So throughout the years, we've had a lot of different SKUs. And I'm sure a lot of you know that the AMD Radeon VII has been a beast of a card since it came out. When this card came out in 2019, it was $700, and it was a direct competitor to the NVIDIA 2080. So a lot of people at the time thought it was a overpriced card, that it was power hungry. It wasn't quite on the same level as the 2080 and 1080p, 1440p. And 4K, I believe that it was pretty close, but $700 price tag, a lot of people were skeptical or hesitant, to get this card. And about, I think it was 5 months later, the 5700 XT and 5600 XT came out, and it was about on the same gaming, level of gaming power as the Radeon VII. So a lot of people felt like, oh, why did I buy the $700 card when you can get the 5700 XT, I think it was $400 retail. Different manufacturers had different prices, but when this thing came out, cryptocurrency was in a different spot. I mean, people, of course, were still mining, but the price, nothing like it was today in 2021. So I believe that for, I know Mike, when these cards came out, I think he had a 6-card rig of these. And I know for a long time, for a lot of 2019, he was running these almost even with power costs. He was running at at the end of the month, if you sold all your ether, you would pay for maybe your power costs. And that's a lot of for $700 before GPU prices increased so much. This was a hard thing to at least get the casual person to purchase. This card's capable of getting 100 megahash, so it's on par with a 3080. Arguably, it's between the 3080 and 3090. So $700. I don't think you could find anybody that wouldn't pay that price now if you were able to get them for MSRP. But we're going to take a look at this card. We're going to see the wattage that it gets, the power that it uses, and see how it still functions in 2021. I'm going to be putting this card on this 12 GPU frame. I like just having this open thing so we'll be able to see the card running. You'll be able to see it from all angles. We got the GPURisers 8 capacitor riser here that we're going to be using. So I just got the card screwed into the frame. Get the rest of the cables connected. The Radeon VII, like I said earlier, 8 pins. So right now I have one 8-pin coming straight from the power supply. And how we're going to power the rest of the card, we'll be using the split website. It's a pin, true 8-pin, 2 double 8-pin. So one's going to be going, of course, up here into the GPU. And then one is going to be powering the riser down here. Okay, now I just have to connect the HDMI and turn on the power supply. Okay, we got lights. So let me hit the power. Let's see how it looks. Okay, the fans are turning. We got the LEDs. We have our riser LEDs. I think we're good to go. Now that we have the card up and going, I really like the look of it. This one in particular is an XFX Radeon 7, but I believe they were all the same. The LEDs, it's a unique looking card. The red corner, it's a really nice looking card. And in 2019, it may have been a little too expensive and power hungry for gaming purposes, but I really do think what the AMD went for it here with the 16 gigabytes of RAM, it was kind of like a testing ground for the future of Navi, with the 5700 XT coming out a few months later, 5600 XT, and of course the 6000 series now. I really feel like this was their, hey, we're going to compete with NVIDIA in the future, and this is what we're going to be going with. Now that we have it going, I thought we could take a look at it running Team Redminer with stock clocks on it. I know this card was, notorious when it came out to be power hungry for gaming, and the fans can get loud, and it puts off a lot of heat when it gets going. But let's see, let's see what the fans run up to. Let's see what it can mine with just the stock clocks. Us not, we can. Of course, you can mess with it, get the watts down, get the the hash rate up. But right now, we can just see it's running at 68 mega hash right now. Okay, let's give it a little bit of time to wind up. And now you can hear the fan starting to go up. Because this thing definitely, you can see it's dense. It definitely puts off a lot of heat. The air's got to get out of there. You can see there's not much room for this cooling. So you can see now it's getting 86.69, which seems that's really good. I mean, a stock 3080 probably gets around that if before you do your overclock setting. So a card that came out in 2019, early 2019, it's crazy what this thing could do for, which is funny at the time. $700 now would be like, people would jump for joy for that price for a card like this. But the times were different in 2019. The price of Ethereum, the price of all cryptocurrency was different. So you can see now we're getting about 83.4 mega hash right now. So of course, it matters what, this thing is probably going to start ramping up on the fans. You're going to need to mess with the power tables. But just for a base card, I think it's a pretty nice looking card. So for this video, we just wanted to get a little history behind it. We've been mining since 2017, and the Radeon 7 is definitely a card when it came out was like, whoa, instead of getting 30 mega hash on a 580, you get 100, which at the time is crazy, and now is still one of the second highest ETH hash rate cards. So next time we're going to be looking at overclocking this card and seeing what you can get out of it, and also doing some cost analysis to see what this card can get in 2021, how much power it can eat, what is the time to pay off this card if you were hypothetically able to get it for MSRP, and to see what it is going to be doing in the future. Thanks for watching, guys. Like and subscribe to our channel. We're really trying to put out a lot of content. We'll see you guys next time.